everybody. I am very mad. Very, very mad. So, here's why I'm mad. I made this 45-minute episode and I didn't hit record. You ever tried talking? Well, maybe you guys haven't. But talking in a mic for 45 minutes and it was just a perfect episode, and then come to find out that you didn't hit record, you feel like the stupidest person alive. I am so mad right now that I have to fucking do this shit all over again. So I don't want to hear any fucking complaints about this episode. I don't want to hear nothing. All right? Not only did this shit like just fucking grind my gears, but I'm still recovering from being sick. That's why I haven't been posting or making any more episodes for about 3 or 4 days. Like, it's just, but to make it even worse, I did it, like, this all happened on a 4-day. Because we had off for Memorial Day. So we had a 4-day, and I've been sick the entire time. But now, get this, I'm getting healthy right when I have to go back to work the next day. It's a lose-lose situation, folks. Like, what's going on? Am I cursed? Is this the end for the kid? Is this it? Like, no, but for real, guys, I apologize again for not making any content for about 2 or 3 days. Like I said, I've just been sick, but I'm back and I'm feeling better. And this is episode 6. We are we're basically almost on every fucking outlet now. We're almost on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. So after that, all we need to do is just get more people involved. Again, if you want to get involved, Facebook, Random Stories Forever, and then also Gmail, randomstoriesforever@gmail.com. And then if you guys want to text or call, preferably text, 719-359-3568, you can. Just reach out to me. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do. If you want to get involved, we can do Skype interviews or whatever you want to do. You guys just let me know what you want. So this episode here is it's a little juicy. I did an edition of Walmart on my last episode. You guys listened to it. This one is the Tinder Edition. So I bet some of you are already interested in what's going to happen on this one. What kind of weird, crazy stories can Tinder provide for us? And I think there is no limit to the weird, fucking crazy shit you could get on Tinder, right? Tinder has been around for quite some time. Since I was a little kid in, I think, junior high, almost, or maybe even middle school. It's been around for a really long time. When I was that young, obviously didn't use it. Really started using it when I was in high school. And back then, it was the shit. Everyone loved it, and it was quick and efficient. But now, it's like mixed emotions. It's like an inevitable evil. Like, it's kind of like Walmart. Like, you don't want to really use it. You don't really want to go to the store, but then you end up using it anyway. So it's kind of like I said, it's something that you don't want to do, but then you end up like, fuck, I'm using Tinder and I'm swiping right. I'm basing people based off their looks and not really what they, their insides. It's very superficial app. And, I'm not hating on Tinder. I'm not. I use Tinder quite frequently, actually. If you guys, like some of my coworkers listening to this, they know how much I use Tinder. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that you have to be responsible and careful, because you can get some weird people out there that will fucking really just really surprise you and freak you the fuck out. And if you're a female listener, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Males, we don't really have to worry that much, but at the same time, it can get kind of frustrating because you really want to fucking talk to a really sexy girl, but you don't know what to say because it seems like if you fuck up one thing, like I said, first impressions are everything. If you fuck up one little aspect, then it's like you just fucked up. You fucked up your chance, and you'll never get to really see that person or talk to him again. So, it takes some practice to really kind of get your pictures and everything, like your bio and everything like that. But like I said, if you're a girl, you just got to be a girl, and guys will hit you up. But like I said, although for girls it's easier, they get creepier messages. For guys, it's harder. Most girls are not creepy and weird. They actually want to get to know you, and they want to see if you're not a fucking crazy ass person. So, I mean, these stories here are interesting, to say the least. I'm still kind of doing it the same way I did my last episode, where I'm going off a kind of a website to kind of get my content from. And I will give credit to BuzzFeed. But before I give credit to BuzzFeed, I want to give you guys a quick snapshot of what BuzzFeed is. All right? Most people know what it is. It's essentially this blogging website, and they also have it on YouTube too, but it's essentially the most random shit you'll find plastered into a website. Like, they talk about the most random shit. If there was like an orange that could give you supernatural powers, that could make you like talk to aliens, BuzzFeed would cover it. And not only would they cover it, they'd have like 5 or 6 different people talking about their experiences about the orange. Like, it just blows my mind what you find on BuzzFeed. They have quizzes to figure out what kind of Disney character you are. They have quizzes to figure out what kind of Game of Thrones character you are. Like, just weird. These people are just, they're making bank though. They're making bank. No disrespect to them making bank, but just really weird shit. But today they've posted 14 Tinder horror stories that will make you throw your phone at the wall. First, BuzzFeed. I will never throw my phone at a wall. Like, people that do that shit blows my mind. They got these nice ass Galaxy 10s and iPhone 10s, and people throw it because they're mad. What the fuck? If you don't fucking just punch a wall, because your fucking fist can be fixed, it can be repaired, but your phone, fuck that. Like, I don't give a shit if I have warranty. I'm not fucking throwing my phone. End of story. And people should feel the same way. Like, come on now. You paid $1,000. Like, it just blows my mind. Wasteful. Wasteful. All right. Without further ado, before I continue my rambling spiel, we're going to get into the first story, right? So, this person, I'm going to call her Rebecca. She says, I went on 3 dates with the guy I met on Tinder before we decided to go away for the weekend. He seemed nice enough, great job, well-dressed, educated, until we were on our way up to the vacation destination, and he starts crying and explaining he had been in prison for the past 11 years, and then asked if I wanted to meet his parents on the way there. We still dated for 2 months. I'm not proud of this. Oh my God. What? My first question is this. Why the fuck would, after 3 dates, you go on a vacation destination for the weekend? It just blows my mind how people rush into things so quickly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of do too. I'm kind of guilty of kind of rushing into things. But after 3 dates, you want to go on a vacation destination? It blows my mind. I don't give a shit if someone has a great job, they're well dressed, they're educated. You just don't do that. And another thing though is, although but I gotta slam on Rebecca a little bit. Like, you decided to do this. It wasn't just you, both decided to do this to a vacation destination for a weekend, which means that you were feeling him pretty strong, which means that the fact that he talked about his prison life, it's kind of weird, but that's a deep thing to talk about. But you told him that you want to go to the vacation destination. So what do you expect? You guys are going to talk about some deep shit. And, like, I kind of give you a little bit of credit that you dated him for 2 more months. But you said you're not proud of this. And if you're not proud because the fact that he went to prison, that's kind of fucked up. This is 2019, right? We do not need to be so fucking judgmental. Who cares if someone went to prison? If they're changing, he's got a great job, he's well-dressed, educated, he made a mistake. Like, he did his time, he's out, he's just trying to meet somebody. Like, I just don't like people that do that shit, where they're just like, you know, you're a nice person, you're really sweet, but there's this one thing that you did in your past that just really grinds my gears. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, it just blows my mind. People need to be a little bit more, just a little bit more understanding. We don't know why he went to prison, but at the same time, like, come on now. Come on, Rebecca, you're better than this. Give Tony a chance. Give Tony a chance. All right? Second story. One time I was matched with this army guy. Oh, here we go. Slamming military people. Here we go. 1 week of messaging, and he told me about all the wet dreams he had about me and that he loved me. Why do all military men jump into relationships so quickly? And I'm guilty of it too. Like, why do we do that? And it other guys do it. I mean, civilians do it too. I'm just saying, like, military men, like, they're known for just rushing into things, saying, like, oh my God, they love, like, I don't know what that is, but he took it to a whole nother level, though. He said, told me about all the wet dreams he had, which makes me wonder that if they probably never met up. She didn't say anything about meeting up. They never met up, and he's talking about wet dreams and that he loves her. That's a little fucking weird. No, it's not a little. That's weird as shit. Like, can you imagine that? If, like, even as a guy, if a girl's like, oh my goodness, like, all the wet dreams I'm thinking about, like, fuck, and I love you, that's a red flag. Anytime a girl says I love you off Tinder after a few, like, just a week, that's just too much, right? That's too much. If you want to do that, by all means, I think there's other dating apps that are just crazy like that. Actually, there's none. Okay, Tinder's the craziest one. So if it's not here, it's nowhere. Don't do that, folks. Don't do that. All right. I went on a date with the guy from Tinder, and as we were eating, he told me about his visit to the doctor that day. I listened sympathetically as he told me how he regularly produced massive stools due to him being a vegetarian, making tears in his tiny anus, which he had to put cream on. Needless to say, I didn't date him again. Whoa. Where do I begin? One, he's a vegetarian, but he's producing massive stools. Does anyone find that kind of interesting? Like, they don't really eat that much. Like, they don't really eat meat or anything. Like, how is it massive? But I probably shouldn't be getting that deep into that. To the fact that, why the fuck did he fucking say this shit on a date? Like, what? And it happened that day too. He had the nerve to say, you know, I think that this is something I really need to talk to you about. This is something I really need to just get off my chest. But I gotta get on Ashley, because I'm just gonna call her Ashley. Ashley, why were you listening sympathetically? What? Sympathetically? That makes me, like, if you listen to someone sympathetically when they're telling, you know, about a story about, like, their dog died, like, Fluffy or Rudolph died the other day, and it just really got to me. Yeah, I get that, listening sympathetically. But if you're talking about massive stools, you can't take someone seriously like that. And this man had the nerve to say that he put cream on his anus. Why? What is going on? And why? Just the whole thing is just a big fucking WHY. I don't understand. And I'm glad you didn't date him. Shit. Like,